Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning in to African Diaspora News Channel. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up, and share the broadcast. Family, I have been trying to calm down. I'm going to need somebody to put some fire extinguishers in the chat. I have been so disgusted after reviewing this hours-long hearing that the United States just recently conducted here about its bilateral relationship with South Africa. Yes, literally. You heard that right. The United States literally held when I say the United States, I'm specifically talking about the House Foreign Affairs Committee. They held a hearing that was titled Examining the Current U.S.-South Africa Bilateral Relationship. Yes, beloved, recently. I want you to watch this clip of what Chairman John James, said about South Africa, China, and Russia.
Relationship with the Chinese Communist Party and Russia. Specifically, it highlighted South Africa's hosting of military exercises with Russia and China on the anniversary of Russia's further invasion of Ukraine, and the fact that South Africa has abstained on multiple United Nations votes condemning Russia's invasion, an invasion that an official ANC policy blames on the United States and attributes to NATO's eastward expansion. This, while the ANC accepted roughly $826,000 from a firm directly linked to the sanctioned Russian billionaire Viktor Vekselberg. More recently, the ANC hosted the BRICS conference in Johannesburg and has actively involved itself in Moscow, Beijing's effort to de-dollarize the global monetary system and rewrite international norms. Simply put, I believe these actions are inconsistent with South Africa's proud tradition of non-alignment, and it should not go unaddressed in our relationship. In conclusion, in her meeting with Secretary Blinken yesterday, Foreign Minister Pandor described the United States as one of the most important partners for South Africa. The United States has provided over $8 billion in bilateral aid to South Africa in the past 20 years, much of this through PEPFAR, an incredible bipartisan effort that has roughly halved South Africa's national HIV and AIDS mortality rate. The United States is South Africa's second largest trading partner, and 21% of South Africa's exports to the U.S. enjoy non-reciprocal duty-free trade status. I've said before, and I will say again, South Africa has a choice in what partners to prioritize, but so too does the United States. I believe it entirely.
Now he gets to it. Now we understand what's really behind all this. Family, it is not lost on us that the United States used their mascot to run out there and finally get to the point from this long hearing where they were just throwing in a cocktail of madness, a salad of nothingness, and they finally get to the point. What's the point? Did you hear them bring up BRICS? Did you hear them bring up that they're trying to help de-dollarize the world? Did y'all hear that? That's what this is about. America is big, mad, and insecure that South Africa shine like the sun with its eloquent hosting of the BRICS Summit and the whole wide world watch during the 15th annual session. And they welcome 6 other powerful nations that included a couple of African nations as well, but you know they scared to death because of the Middle Eastern nations that have big oil connected to them. That's what this is about. But how in the world you gonna sit up here and try to criticize South Africa when they were part of leading delegations for peace talks with Ukraine and Russia? Did you hold a hearing? Did you pass a resolution condemning Ukraine's Zelensky's regime with their funny looking self for disrespecting African leaders and saying that they basically did not have the mental acumen to understand geopolitical peace relations with what's going on with Russia and Ukraine? Did you hold a hearing or pass a resolution to rebuke Ukraine and its open anti-Black, anti-racist statements that they made against African leaders for trying to bring peace? You've got the nerve to sit there and rebuke them because they weren't in the United Nations condemning Russia, but they're at the same time trying to hold peace talks. But you use that same United Nations, America, to lie to the whole wide world for your invasion. Somebody fill in the blanks. When you claim Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and once again, you use a black face to do it. Talk black to me, somebody. Let me hit my gavel on that one. For those of you that don't know, the Vicki Show is the home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. I use the gavel because I want you all to know that our word matters. The gavel is not something just congresspersons and policymakers and government leaders use. Our word matters. We control the narratives and we're controlling world events. Talk black to me, somebody. This is so hypocritical. But we know, and it's clear, based on the way America tends to go, this smells a whole lot like the fact that they put this John James rep up to this, to do the bidding and to help alleviate some of America's insecurities about losing her place in the world. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it below. Beloved, we're in our finest hour. And it doesn't matter who has the biggest weapons. It doesn't matter who seems like they have the most money right now. You've got to understand, when you connect to your royal bloodline, when you connect to the supernatural, when you connect to the unseen government, it puts the super on your natural. Kind of like, if you know anything about the story of the Gideon's 300, how they were able to overcome a military that outnumbered them times 10. I teach these principles, and I'll teach this and more in my upcoming Special Ancestors webinar. Join my email list so that you're notified when the date release. Go to VickiPlanet.com. Just scroll to the bottom of my website and join my email list so that you don't miss this. Your life will never be the same. We're in our finest hour. There's a changing of the guards, and tag you're it. Go to VickiPlanet.com. That's VICKIPLANET.com, and be sure to share this broadcast. I can't wait to see you again.